Just a reminder that these videos are made for adult doll collectors or adults buying dolls for others. This is not a video for children. Viewer discretion is advised. Thank you very much for listening. Hello Internet! My name is Kelsey and welcome back to my closet. So I just want to say before we get started, if you hear weird noises in the background, I am sitting in my car. Because right now I'm on Tybee Island in Georgia on vacation, but we're having a kind of slow day and the doll news has been ramping up and I was like, I can't miss out on this, so I needed to find a quiet place to record, but it is freaking hot, so I turned my car on and I'm just sitting here doing a video for you guys. So if you hear my car running, that's so that I don't die of heat. Anyway, let's jump right in because we have a lot to talk about. First of all, we're gonna start with Rainbow High this time around, and there's only one thing we're gonna look at. It is the Sparkle and Shine dolls, because we have some real-life pictures of people who found them in store and some stock photos. This was kind of already revealed by the show on YouTube, which I have not watched since this new season started, but apparently they are not going to have the fantasy skin tones that we originally saw in the concept art. It's kind of disappointing since these characters, from what I gather, come from the Rainbow World, which is kind of an alternate dimension, right? So wouldn't it make more sense for them to have fantasy skin tones than Shadow High, which never made sense? But I digress. But they also have literal glitter legs, so like, why stop at that? I don't know, whatever. So anyway, let's take a closer look at them now that we can see their outfits better. First off, we have the orange doll, Clementine, who I kind of ripped her outfit the first time we saw the concept art, but it's actually a lot better in person. I think because the denim jacket is gray rather than blue, and so it doesn't clash as much with the orange parts of her outfit. And I gotta say that despite the fact that she has the non-posable legs filled with glitter, she's kind of cute. I'm a sucker for glitter, that's the thing. And, you know, moving glitter too it's just very appealing to my lizard brain. I had actually seriously considered buying one of the Winter Waves Mermaids dolls because I like the glitter tails. But I understand that this is not something that everybody is interested in having because you can't pose them. But I'm also kind of obsessed with her little coffee machine. I really like the donuts too. Like, I think she has the best accessories out of the group. Do I still think it's a crime that they nixed Poppy and made a different orange character when orange is supposedly the most disliked color? Absolutely. But I can't completely hate this doll. Though I will point out that she's wearing a Neon Shadow t-shirt. First of all, since she's from the magical world, how does she know about Neon Shadow? And second of all, Shadow High isn't supposed to exist anymore. So MGA is like really teasing us here.
How dare you stand where he stood?
Then we have Rosetta, the pink doll. She has a really cute hoodie. Honestly, her whole outfit is pretty cute. I'd be down to buy those pieces just to use on other dolls, especially Sunny. I think she could definitely rock that rainbow striped t-shirt. Her accessories are fine, you know. I think the best one is definitely her cat phone case. Then there's Violet. I'm sorry. Viola. But seriously, this is just Violet. The only thing they changed is her eye color. I hate her hoodie. It's disgusting. Why is that a style that even exists? The dress is weird, but I could see it working in like a high fashion setting. She comes with a board game. That is a very cute accessory, but overall, she's a hard pass. And then finally you have Marina, who has a very pretty face. And I also really like the blend of blue that they chose for her hair. It's a combination we haven't really seen yet. The jacket is my least favorite part of this outfit because of how starkly yellow it is. It looks like she comes with a toy car with some stickers to decorate. I mean, do they have cars in the Rainbow World? Did she discover cars in the real world and just started liking them? I won't watch the show, so I guess I'll never know. But I'm assuming that these will be out soon since some people have found them and the stock pictures are going up. Alright, let's move on to something that we don't get a chance to talk about too often because the news is few and far between. Childz is finally getting a chance to release dolls in stores, and I'm sure some of you have seen this on Instagram already, but just in case you haven't, here we go. This is a huge deal because this has been in the works for so long now, and while I'm personally still on the fence about whether I would get them, I'm fully in support of them because this is an indie doll concept from the ground up, just like a small team making them. It's a huge deal, and it's good to have some alternate styles of dolls. We haven't really had a lot of successful anthropomorphic animal dolls. Like Monster High has some anthro characters because they can classify them under monsters, and the line as a whole does well because of the really strong characters. But this is specifically just animals, and I think it fills a niche that is definitely open right now. According to the Instagram, they've already chosen one character to make. They didn't specify who, but I'm guessing it's Ping because they pretty much put a whole prototype together of her, and they probably used that for pitching the dolls. So it would make sense since she's pretty much fully conceptualized. But there was a fan vote. It's ended by the time this video goes up. I haven't seen the results yet, but if they are available, I'll try to put them on the screen here. But the two choices were Taja and Childz. Either of them would be really great choices. I personally would prefer to see Childz. I just like her style a little bit more. Let me know who you guys voted, who you voted for, and if you didn't, who you would have voted for. But again, I am really excited to see an indie doll line getting some love. And guys, if you like what you see now and when the dolls are released, you have to show your support. The key to Wild Child survival really lies with us and showing that it can be profitable. I think they're a line that's well worth supporting for being unique and alternative, so definitely give them some love. Even if you don't want to buy the dolls, spread them around to people that you know who would be interested in buying the dolls. Next up, let's look at a few Disney dolls. D23 is coming up, so there's going to be a new set of Midnight Masquerade dolls, which is a continuation of the already existing line. This seems to be one that they really like doing because this is like the third time that they're making dolls in this style. So far, we only have pictures of two of them, Ariel and Alice. So for Ariel, her face is gorgeous. I don't know what it is about Ariel as a doll, but I always love her face. I think she's just one of the prettiest princess dolls. But her outfit, I mean, it's a nice gown, don't get me wrong, but there's definitely a wow factor missing here for a D23 LE doll. I like the piece that's draped over her one shoulder, and I like the color scheme that they chose, but it's a mermaid gown. I mean, that's so obvious and lazy for the mermaid princess. There have been many better alternate Ariel dresses from other LE releases and even the Hasbro Style series. So I just find this a very weak concept. Plus, there's not a lot of details. Yeah, there's rouging on the dress, there's some embroidery, but where is the sparkle? Where is the jewelry? She's not even really wearing jewelry. Like, this is a very underwhelming doll for a D23 doll. As for Alice, this is a blurry picture, but I can already tell that I like her dress more. This is transformative from her original dress. I'm sure that that panel in the front with the design and everything probably has all kinds of Easter eggs and references. There's also an underskirt. It looks like possibly black tulle. There might be gold glitter on it. Like I said, it's blurry. I can't tell if that's part of the skirt or part of the box. But that adds to the drama for this masquerade themed line. She also has the huge black bow behind her. She has the little black gloves. I think they did a much better job on her than Ariel. As for other characters that will be in this line, there's going to be a Snow White, there's going to be an Aladdin and Jasmine 2-pack, which they really should have done just for the 30th anniversary. I don't know why they waited. And then Anastasia and Drizella, who I'm very interested to see. I think they can have a lot of fun with the two of them because of their personalities. Hopefully, one or more of these releases are going to be available via Shop Disney, or the Disney Store as they're calling it now, after D23. Another update that we have is on Pixlings Supreme. We have stock photos for a second doll in the first series, who also has the big mirror unboxing gimmick. But anyway, this doll doesn't wow me the way the butterfly one does. Her face is beautiful, but the way they constructed the dress on this one kind of emphasizes the cheapness of the fabric. Just looking at the picture, you can kind of tell it's that papery satin that's only printed like on the one side. But in the butterfly dress, the layering and the cut and style that they did makes it look a little more elegant, a little more elevated, whereas this one is a very basic looking princess dress. And the thing is, this is supposed to be the more deluxe doll because she comes with a second outfit and pair of shoes. Her price tag is $59.99. $59.99? I mean, like, I really hope that's a mistake, because that is way too much for this. Even considering that the mirror is reusable electronic and has, like, you know, play features to it, that is way too much. She's supposed to come out on July 15th, so I guess we'll find out in a couple of days if that's true. The butterfly one actually looks more deluxe to me, and now I'm kind of worried of what her price is going to be. But this is not the only Pixlings item we have today. We'll also be getting an exclusive holiday Pixling in the original scale. Now, this doll is adorable. I am in love with this color scheme with the pale yellow, the pink, and the gold. She is the embodiment of rose gold, and I am in love with her face. Her outfit is so pretty, even though it's a simple dress. I love the gold elements that they added in. She's got the big bow, she's got the little sparkles on the skirt. It's just very, very elegant, very angelic, because she's supposed to be an angel. She's part of the Shimmerverse line, which means she has tinsel in her hair. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, but she's a literal angel. She needs to shimmer. So I love her, I need her, and I will be getting her. Next up, let's look at Monster High. We have some pictures of the next series of Skulltimate Secrets, which is called Garden Mysteries. And I love this so much more than the last series. And I'm sure it will come as no surprise that Draculaura is a must-have. She is so pretty. I am in love with the color combination that they did with her hair. And you'll notice that they've moved away from black, and yet she is still very dark, very gothic, Victorian Valentine's Day. Not gonna lie, she's probably better than the actual Valentine's Day Draculaura they did recently. She is beautiful. I'm really loving what they did with her here. Also loving the tea time accessories, but you guys know I'm biased about that. It also seems like they might have used a lighter eye color on her because it looks like they're standing out a little bit more than usual. Her design is great. Unfortunately, I don't even have to feel the hair to tell that it's poly, as most of the Skulltimate Secrets have been. It's very obvious. I will probably try to treat the hair rather than rerooting first, because I'm worried I won't be able to find perfect matches for the hair color, but if it comes down to it, if it's really bad, I might just have to reroot her. As for the other two ghouls in this line, we have, appropriately, Venus. She is looking beautiful. I'm not sure the aesthetic really matches her vibe. She tends to speak a little more grungy to me, especially in the second outfit. There's no stock photo of her in it, so maybe it looks better when it's on, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see about that. But I think my favorite part of her is the fact that instead of edges on her forehead, they painted little stems and leaves. And that is just so clever for a plant-themed doll in a garden-themed series. I love that. She is very pretty. I like her base doll more than the first Venus they did. And then there's Twyla. I'm not really vibing with her face screening this time around. The makeup is great, but her eyes are just kind of goofy looking. Maybe that's just me, but they seem like they made them a little wider this time, and I think I much prefer the face on Fearbook Twyla. She's the weakest of the group here. I do love that gingerbread house that she comes with. That is adorable with the little ghosts popping out of it. But her outfits really aren't doing it for me either. She's just not standing out the way Draculaura and Venus do. Another big update that we have is from Monster High, our first picture of the Wednesday doll from the Netflix series. Apparently she's supposed to be coming out in August, but someone has already found her in Toys R Us Canada, and she looks really good. Very different from the Skellector Wednesday that they recently released, but obviously this one is based more on Jenna Ortega, and I can definitely see her in the doll, even with the Monster High stylization. She's a little less angry. I thought they would give her more of a glaring look to her eyes, but she's still somber. She's not really smiling. It looks like she's got some nice layering in her outfit too. She comes with a little bag. She's got stockings or long socks, I think. Thing is on her arm there, and there's definitely a stand there as well. Overall, I think it's a great stylization of the Netflix version of Wednesday, but you will notice the price tag on the box here. $69.99 in Canadian dollars. So that's roughly like $51.40 in USD, but I've heard talk also that it's supposed to be only $40 USD, which is still more than a standard Monster High doll. But I guess we won't know for sure until August when they officially come out. Either way though, I mean, again, she's more expensive, but she is supposed to be like that low-level collector. Just by the packaging, you could tell that, because this is not like a regular Monster High box. It's definitely more of that style of packaging that if you wanted to keep her in box, you could, and it would display really well. And I'm sure that there's also a certain amount that goes towards having the license for the character. So yeah, I think a little bit outside of my price range as someone who's not a fan of the show, didn't watch the show. I'm sure I would probably like it if I did watch it, but I've just never sat down and seen it. But I think for somebody who is a big fan of Wednesday or the Addams Family in general would definitely enjoy having her. And maybe since she's not going to be limited to Mattel Creations, eventually she'll go on sale and then people can get her at an even better price. And that's the good thing, is that these Wednesday dolls, since they're going to be in stores, will be more widely available than the Skeletor dolls, as long as the distribution goes well, which I think Mattel has kind of learned their lesson after the pre-production fiasco. Also from Monster High, they're going to be making some Mega Block sets. I believe that they did make some, if I'm not mistaken, during G1. These are going to be in the style of G1, and supposedly will have a lot of Easter eggs for veteran fans. One of them is a Claudine set called the Bouquet Den, and then the other one is a Draculaura set called the Bouquet Crypt. The description says that they'll open and close like books, which is an idea that they have obviously lifted from Lego, and there will be interactive details. Each one's going to be $29.99 for around 300 pieces each. That seems like a pretty decent price. I'm not super familiar with Lego pricing, just as a comparison. I do like Lego, I've been getting more into it lately, but I don't really know what the standard ratio of like price to pieces is usually. But I'm looking for new things to build, so I would definitely get the Draculaura one at least. There's no pictures yet of them, but they're supposed to be coming out on August 17th. And then finally, speaking of bricks, this was already released on July 1st, but it's not in stock. So I don't know if they just sold out really fast or maybe they put the listing up prematurely, I'm not sure. But Zuru has a version of Legos, which I never knew about. It's apparently called Zuru Max, and they are making the jump into capsules with the Max Premium Retro series. These are essentially a mix of mini brands and Max, where you can build retro technology. There's 6 different options, and since there are several different Amazon listings, they aren't blind, which is great, so you can pick the one that you want. Some of them are specifically branded, like the Apple Mac computer and the Polaroid camera, but there's also just like a basic boombox and a phone. And I think this is a really cool concept. I'm very interested to see what the scale of these is once they're completed, because they might not look super realistic in the dollhouse, being that they're made of the bricks, but it could look like your doll is building their own set of Legos or whatever you want to call them in the doll world. I get the feeling too that we're going to see more retro stuff from Zuru, since this is the second thing that they're doing with retro after Mini Brands Retro. And I would be down for that. You know, retro and vintage is very in. And with that, guys, that is everything that I wanted to talk about today. Let me know what you think of these things, what you're looking forward to, what you are definitely not looking forward to. I would love to know. Thanks so much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends, and until next time, bye!